If you're a real estate agent that would like to add millions to your pocket, have more time, and live your dream life, right? You're busy generating leads, you want to add that million to your pocket, and you want to live that dream life. I'm saying it again because I want to make sure that you stay that and hear that I'm going to show you the best way to do it. This is going to be the best lead generation advice I hope that you've ever heard, right? This is not a squirrel, a shiny penny. This is none of that, right? It is something that I passionately want to share with you, that I'm actually starting to share with a lot more people in a free training that you can get in the link below. But I want to talk about this, right? So stay to the end, stay all the way through it. You have 5 minutes of your life, and I guarantee that it will be worth it. I'm Kim Barber with Kim Barber Group and eXp Realty, and I've helped thousands of owners and agents with real estate since 2004. Okay, so let's just jump right in, all right? Because we know on YouTube that people want to get to the point. Okay, so we're busy generating leads, right? And a little bit of, fundamentals, and maybe this is new, maybe it's not, but the best lead generation advice that we get when we're building a business is there's 2 ways to grow, right? It doesn't really matter if it's real estate business or not, but in real estate, we hear lead gen, videos, organic, open houses, squirrel, shiny penny, 20% here, this and that and the other, right? This is what we're bombarded with. Everybody give me a little bit of nugget. There's 2 ways to grow. This is what we get as real estate agents, right? So what I'm going to give you, though, is free real estate advice and how to add millions to your pocket, right, without spending more money, right? That's what I'm going to show you if you stay to the end, and it will be worth it, okay? So let's keep going. So basically, when I'm doing it this way, right? So pardon with me, I'm not perfect about this, is that imagine this, right? Imagine we are entrepreneurs, the 1% crazy, because we want to live our dream life, right? I hope that this is what you want, whether it's free time, family, travel, whatever it is that you want. I hope that you've become an entrepreneur because you want to live whatever it is that is your dream life. And imagine now, and I'm doing this because this is important to have, imagine having $3.2 million extra in the bank, right? How would that feel? Okay, so this might feel like a different kind of YouTube video because I want to share with you that this is what we have to absorb. This is how important this is. That imagine 3.2 million in your bank account. Would you pay off the mortgages? Like what would you do if you had more time? Would you see your friends more? Would you see your family more? Right? Because we're generating leads to do these things, right? Okay, so stay with me. Now imagine it's all gone. Right? I'm doing this quicker. If I was doing Tony Robbins, I'd be like, pause, imagine Zen. Right? But this is real. So imagine it. What are you doing, Kim? You're going to the beach. You're always doing this. You're always traveling. Where are you going next? Sorry, I can't go. Why'd you stop traveling? Can you go with us? We can't go with us? Okay, so this is the best lead generation I'm going to give you. This is the best lead generation advice that we've been given, is to increase our leads, right? But here's the thing. I was doing it. Right? I want to share with you that I've lived this story, generating 190 leads a month. This was in 2015. This is a picture of my whiteboard in my office. I was generating leads. If it's hard to zoom in there, but it's Facebook ads, for sale by owners like Trulia, Zillow, the whole gamut, right? Open houses, bowl leads, like all these places, Real Geeks, all these different places going in, right? That's what we're taught to do, right? What we are not taught to do necessarily, right? We're taught to increase leads, is that we're not taught to do the second thing, right? Some people have figured this out in some scale, right? But what I've figured out is how to do it to scale, right? And so the epiphany that I had in my life when I left, I didn't lose it, but I lost the opportunity to have 3.2 million. And in the training that's linked below, I'll share more of that story. But I went through this journey, and this is the life that I live now. And that I'm sharing with you is that number 2, smarter, not harder, is the best free lead generation advice I can give you. This is my life. This is my Patrick, my fiance at this current time, not married yet. And then I live a boat life. I'm a boater, and I like to live and work anywhere. So I do not go on vacations to work. This is actually at a conference where I was checking in Cancun. Okay, so let's keep going. Lead generation, best advice, increase your ROI. So let's talk about this, right? So imagine now you're raining cash, right? And raining cash. And this is what it's going to feel like, right? the best advice is to increase your return on investment. So let's look at the numbers. I massaged these a little bit. I actually had it higher because I was basing on my numbers because I've been in the business for 18 years. But I put it to 200 for our example here today. And it's good to see the numbers, right, in real life. So look at the top number and the bottom number, right? So the difference of the top number and the bottom number is $210,000. So imagine if you have 200 people. Usually, we're told, as my goal, most people's goal is to work with people that we only know, like, and trust, right? That is the truest, most proper definition of sphere, is the people that we know, like, and trust, that they know and like trust us. We're going to get, I always stumble over my words, repeat and referral business, and the goal is to work with those guys, and then we actually want to answer the phone, etc. Okay? So most people don't know their conversion. Most people don't know their conversion when they come to me or in general, right? But if you do, then awesome. That's the game. That's what we want. And anyway, so if your sphere, just isolating it to that group, let's just say that you're a 5%, right? What we want to do is actually, measure that. So if you haven't done that, I encourage you to go ahead and do that. If you don't know your sphere numbers, for business planning, definitely need to do that. If you haven't used that definition of sphere, definitely need to go ahead and adopt that definition, and then get all the people out of your phone and get all the people like out of your HUDs if you've been around, or ALTAs, or closing disclosures, whatever you want to say, and get them in your list, right? And this is the quickest gold mine, is to increase your conversion here. Notice that you can go from 150,000 to 360,000 without buying more leads, right? We have to stay focused on one set of leads and follow up with them correctly. So the fortune is in the follow-up. That's how you increase your conversion, right? You have repeatable, scalable behaviors, repeatable, scalable automation. But I just want to stay with this lead generation. I don't want to go too far off the tangent. If you want to get free advice about how to really do this and make it work, again, I'm pointing. There is a link that I'm offering free training to teach people how to do this, whether you're a solo agent or a team lead, and especially if you want to close more than 25 deals and add millions and you're a team lead, 100% especially. Okay, so you see the numbers, hopefully it's set in there. If you go from 5 to 12% conversion, then you are putting an extra 210,000 in your pocket in 1 year, compounded over 5 years. You've added an extra $1,050,000 to your wallet, just by focusing on the same 200 people and focusing on return on an investment. All right, this happened to me, right? I'm preaching the choir, or not preaching the choir. So this is me. In the first part of my journey, I went from 5% to 13% in 1 year, and it added an extra $352,000 to my income. The house on the right is my new beach house, which we gutted to the stud and rebuilt it. And so this is part of my dream life: work harder, not smarter. So imagine now further, maybe you have a more mature business, and you have 1,200 people, and your average commission is 13,000, giving some various numbers here. So when you do a bigger overall, usually the sphere should be converting at a higher rate than the bulk of the other ones. So what if you're like doing a lot online or what have you? So look, let's jump into the numbers. If you're at 1%, it's 156,000. The thing that we struggle with is because we're doing 13,000 or 15,000, whatever 20,000 your number is. People are like, that's a lot of money. I'm making $156,000 a year, or I'm making $468,000 a year. I'm winning, right? This is awesome. But what if you didn't have to keep buying more leads, and you started to be able to work smarter and close more of the same leads with actually doing it easier, and you made $780,000? Like, what would that be to your family? Right? Where would you travel? This is what we have to think about, because we've been programmed to just buy more leads, and that gets overwhelming. So I don't want to do that. But what if it could be easier? 10%. Now you've gone from 156,000 to 1.6 million. Now this is a real life example. Somebody came to me and said, I have 20,000 leads. They had 6 people on their team between their buyer agents and their inside sales. And the lender actually found me. Again, the training is down below, because I've cracked the code about how to do this and solve this problem, which it really doesn't exist. So my boss agent $1 million lead follow-up system has cracked the code about how you do this kind of stuff, right? How do you go to the higher conversion and have more time. And hopefully you've sat on these numbers a little bit to see. The guy that came to me, the gentleman who came to me, is a very successful person, sold 134 sales a year. He's dumping 250,000 leads a month onto this pile. And they said, I've just dumped all these leads into kvCORE and I don't know what to do. Right? I have a solution for him, but this was his conversion. When we did the math, it sounded really good. I'm doing 134 sales times 15,000, but in reality, it was 0.0067%. What if we could get him to 1%? That's $3 million. What do you think would happen to his life, his agent's life, his buyer agent's life, their families? What if we could get him to 5%? What if they don't have to work as hard, they're not chasing dead leads and all this stuff, and we can get them to 5%, $15 million. This is commission. Okay, so these are real numbers, there's real things. If you're finding this helpful, if this is triggering in your mind, like, wow, I didn't know there was a different way, hadn't thought about it that way, this is the first, like, in a series of things I'm going to drop in here, because we all, like, it's too long if you watch a super long video. But this is the goal. Smarter, not harder. Smarter, not harder, right? Smarter, not harder. And if you'd like to follow and get more information about how to do this, subscribe to my channel. Please give me the thumbs up, right? Because I'm going to continue to give great content about how to run your business. And remember, my goal is to increase the agent's success with proven systems and strategies. That's my goal. Okay. So anyway, so I hope that this has triggered with you some ideas. Thanks for watching this video. And again, turn on the notifications. This is the first in a series of stuff that I'm going to do to help you add millions to your life and work smarter and not harder.